The Lions went out there, drafted their butts off today. Bob Quinn, let me tell y'all, man, Bob Quinn put up a spectacular draft, man. Bringing us Austin Bryant, man, pass rushing dude, man, from Clemson. Bringing Amani Orari. I can't never get these guys' name right, man. Amani Orari. I can never pronounce his name as long as I've been hearing it. But yeah, man, you got Amani out of Penn State, man, cornerback. Go challenge for that outside position, man. Another solid pickup. Two solid defensive players, man. Then you get two solid offensive players that can use development, and receiver who's gonna be like another deep threat guy who's ranked as in yardage. He had the third most yardage on deep ball passes, man. Travis Fulgami Travis Fuma or something like that. Man, they got some names on some odd names today, man. Then you got Ty Johnson, running back, man. That could spell trouble for Theo Riddick as well. Not to mention, this guy's go challenge for the kick return position. Very speedy back, who I believe was ranked, who had ranked a 40 between a 4.3 and a 4.4. So that's something to dig deeper into, man. I ain't gonna try to get too much out of the numbers. But man, y'all go to Luke G's Field Review, Everything King, when they make a video, man, or they live stream it, man. Make sure y'all pay attention to it. Look, man, then you got two developing prospects, to me, they are very good for what they are, man, who could possibly make this team, some kind of way. That's, what's his name? Isaac, I believe his name is Isaac Nauta. And the other guy, the defensive tackle, is P.J. Johnson, run stopper. Got a lot of techniques that need to be coached up, though. He got made some improvements, but he was touted to be like a fourth or fifth round prospect. So I mean, you got some steals, man. Lions got a lot of young talent, man. I keep telling y'all, young talent, man. They're trying to build this defense. We complained about the tight end. They went defense from the 2nd to the 5th round, man. So you talking about what, 4 or 5 picks? 4 picks? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 4. So 4 picks, straight defense, man, straight. And they got every position right, man. They got the linebackers they needed. Then they got the D-backs, man. Like, come on, man. They got some natural talent. These guys can hit. You got one of the hardest hitting safeties in this draft, man, coming on your team in the 3rd round, and you got probably low-key one of the best corners in this draft coming out the 5th round. One of the most underrated players coming out the 5th round, man. Nobody saw scooping down that low. Then not to mention, you got a receiver with some size on him who I love how he catches the ball. He grabs the ball with his hands. You know what I'm saying? He reaches up. That's what I want to see our receiver, man. Doing reaching and yanking balls out the air. And grabbing the balls, using their bodies to get the separation. Put a couple pieces of pounds on him too, man, if you want to bulk him up. This would be a guy that you put in, he's the middle of the receiver core, the way I see it with Travis, man, because the fact of the matter is you got 2 deep threats, you got 2 slot guys. One slot guy is here to be more of a veteran leader, coach kind of guy in the locker room. Brandon Powell still may be that ultimate slot holder for now, if he's still here on the team. Then you got to look at the fact that, Stafford has a big arm, so you really want to line him up with receivers that got big sizes that put stress on corners and coverages, where he can use that arm strength of his to get them the ball. And the taller and the speed and the size and strength, the better for him. You know what I'm saying? We're not saying a smaller receiver isn't valuable. Golden Tate did his thing for years, man. But, sometimes, man, you do need to get guys that's compatible towards what your quarterback's ability is. And for a rocket arm, you need some size. That's why I'm glad we did get the tight end. A guy who's going to throw his body out in the 1st round. The 1st round tight end, man, we got. They go throw his body on blocks like that. That can play, that does stuff. There's not too many tight ends in this draft that can do what T.J. Hawkinson can do. And and you have to be mindful, man. The Lions offensively, you still got this. This tight end you got in the 7th round could possibly make it as a receiver tight end. because that's kind of what he is. So that story will develop with him and versus Michael Roberts and Logan Thomas. Then you gotta mention too that we still have a fullback on this team technically that never played. We drafted a fullback last year in the 7th round named Nick Baldwin. I'm still expecting that he'll be the guy. Then you gotta take note that we didn't draft an offensive lineman in this draft. You got the guy we spent $2 million on. I'm just call him AA. Who knows Derek Bevel's offense? Maybe he'll be starting over Terrell Crosby. Maybe he'll be a backup. But one thing I know is this guy's solid depth. At least he'll be. He's a veteran. He knows what to do. So we'll see. Maybe he'll push Terrell Crosby. Maybe Terrell Crosby will be just as good, but maybe they feel comfortable with him. Or I don't know. We're going to see some stuff unfold in training camp. I haven't seen any updates yet on the undrafted free agents because I haven't looked for it. Never know, offensive guard could be in that, so you never know what gym they can find there, who they can bring to the roster as a depth guy or to help challenge for any position out there. So we'll see. Keep our eyes open. But man, y'all, this is a good time to be hyped, man. This is why I understand people want. You gotta understand the guys that we would have wanted in the first round, with the exception of maybe Ed Oliver and maybe one of the corners or so that came late. We wasn't about to draft a corner in the first round, so you have to rule that out. We wasn't about to draft for safety in the first round, so you have to rule that out. My thing is, for what we wanted, a lot of those picks came out with the exception of the quarterbacks. They came out before our pick got there. The only pick that was there that was left was Ed Oliver. So I know people want to see us get Ed Oliver, this and that and third, but you have to understand, for what they need Ed Oliver for, I believe that's why they had Deshaun Hand. And I don't know if they wanted to go his route. I don't know if he had something that he did wrong before in college they didn't fry him. Maybe something with his character. Maybe they felt this and that and third. I don't know. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Go Better Booker needs. TJ Hawkinson is somewhat of a sexy player, if you want to call him. But the way you get him is actually not sexy because it was a positional need. We did need a tight end. We do need a tight end, man, because I'm tired of seeing these linebackers get to do whatever they want. They get no stress. These corners, these safeties, they get no stress. You need all the depth at the tight end position just as much as you need at the running back and receiver position. You can't undervalue that, and it's only fair to get a tight end. So you have to look at all aspects. I know people want see the best defensive players get drafted, they get used to the first round. But let me tell you something, man. Deshaun Hand was a guy who came out the 4th round. The reason why I keep saying this is because, to me, he did better in his rookie for what he was good at than guys who were drafted before him. So to me, I'm labeling him somewhere as a first-round talent. He did better than De'Aaron Payne in a lot of categories. So if he did better than De'Aaron Payne, who was drafted way before him, I'm putting Deshaun Hand in the first-round talent category, coming out the 4th round. And that's what you got to be patient. In all sports, you have to be a little bit patient. I know with Lions fans, we've been patient for a long time, but now that we see a system that's look like it's starting to work, let's wait and see what happens, man. Let's see what these guys do when the regular season comes here. I know people waiting for regular season. Okay, I'm waiting too. But from the way this defense look, it shows that they're focusing on 3 elements: pass rush, not necessarily sacks, but pass rush, run defense, and pass deflection. They want to make sure they can defend the pass. They want to make sure they can hit you as hard as they can, and they want to make sure that they can scare the quarterbacks up, man. All other stuff, sacks, turnovers, all I think that will follow. But I think they want to master those elements, man. Pass rushing, tackling, and which is something that a lot of these defensive players we got are very good at tackling, man. That's one thing I like about them. They all can tackle. Real clean-up guys who can clean up their tackles. They just got to get every player come in with flaws. They just got to get developed, man. So even for the real late-round guys, their issues are coachable. Want to see how this works out. Y'all leave in the comment section, man, how you feel, man. How you feel about this draft entirely. How you feel about the draft picks. What you think gonna happen next, man. Leave in the comment section. Shout out to Lou G Field Review for all the work he's been doing. King, y'all know it. Go watch their channels when they do their videos for these guys. They gonna have a lot of information for you. There goes Mobby the same way. It goes for him and everybody else, man. Go watch, follow these guys' channel. J-Mo will probably see something, has something to say tomorrow. But shout out to everybody, man. It's your boy Noah, man. I'm heading out, man. Peace. Go Lions. We in here. Let's go get this done. We gotta go, baby. Peace.